Is EIDL loan and grant money about to run out? Hey everybody, this is LALATE with an EIDL loan update for this afternoon. Hope you are good and safe. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. Coming up later is our EIDL grant video, but this one's covering the loan and big scandalous chatter about whether the SBA is running out of money for the EIDL process and how that impacts you. We'll be getting to that shortly, but first we'll be answering all approximately 122 of your EIDL loan questions from yesterday. Victor Jones, I've not filled out 2019 taxes, so I go on ballpark numbers, which is, sort of just wing it. What are the repercussions of that? Well, they're asking for Schedule C. So if you are new, we have two viewers who are EIDL applicants, whether you are March or April. We call those the OG of the DCs, or our newbies, the people that applied in May or June. The newbies are being asked to provide Schedule Cs routinely. So if you're just winging it, be ready to have documents to support your winging it. Paul Ryan, and remember, if you're an Uber or Lyft driver, you can drive yourself to jail. Paul Ryan, you're mistaken about the truck escort driver. I was very mistaken. If you did not catch yesterday's video, someone asked me a question about a truck escort driver, and I thought that was one of the illegal businesses which Javita doesn't allow, but I misread the escort part of it, so my apologies to the trucking industry. You show how little the host knows about trucking industry. I saw the escort part, and yes, my mind went the other way. So I thought the escort was doing something else for the trucking work, but my apologies. TJ Wasatch. Whatever the Uber story came from, it's just a story. Let them do a screenshot. They allegedly $400,000. We know they can only make $150,000. Come on, man. Yes. We detailed yesterday calculations and the day before about how Uber and Lyft drivers cannot be possibly getting $150,000 loans, because that would have to basically establish, or $200,000 loans, that would basically have to prove up a $400,000 annual income from Uber and Lyft driving. As I said, you could drive yourself to jail. Shannon Benet, I just got approved. Congratulations. Alex, hey, I know your stance on the EIDL $10,000 grant, that we're supposed to get it, but you don't believe we're going to get it. And I know other channels are optimistic. I understand that no one in Congress really is fighting for the $10,000 to be given to everyone, but what are your thoughts on the fact that out of $350 billion, the EIDL grant still has about $275 billion left? Why would there be green outlook on the $10,000 grant? That's sort of a spoiler for my bombshell coming up later today, which is really, is there a lot of EIDL grant and loan money sitting around, and where is it, and what is it being used for? My position is the following. You have a form and you have the law. Follow the form and follow the law. My position also is, if you're a member of Congress and you write Jovita Carranza a letter and she rolls over and tosses it in the side wastebasket, follow up on it. Are members of Congress just a bunch of whims? So they just write a letter and then the SBA just sort of tosses the letter and they're like, okay, who cares? Now, I freely admit that there is a congressional inquiry. I don't want to use investigation because it's an inquiry by a House representative out of New Jersey, but she's not very accommodating either. If you try to contact her, she says, don't contact me unless you live in New Jersey. Well, thank you, honey, but a lot of us have an issue about the $10,000 grant, and you don't want to hear from anyone else except your minute area of South New Jersey, Orange County, or wherever it is. So there really is no concerted effort, and it's as though that members of Congress are more interested about being picked as presidential candidates rather than answering viewers' questions from this channel. A little shade there. So then we have, oh my God, so someone went on and on and on. Getting the SBA EIDL Grant and Loan is a full-time unpaid job. Thank you, LA, for your hard work. You've helped immensely. I did get Senator Morlatch and Senator Rhoda's offices to intervene on emails, so they played a huge part in this week. I cut off the part of the email part. Had we got to the $10,000 grant, there would not have been a need to borrow. I'm still waiting on the funds. Very good point. But, it goes both ways. I have a lot of viewers this channel says, I just want the grant, I never wanted the loan. But it's a lending instrument, so it's sort of like, you can't just say, I want half of the cake, I don't want a whole part of the cake. But I freely understand you don't want a loan, but the SBA is a lending institution. But on the other hand, I absolutely, totally believe that this is the law. The SBA needs to follow the law. But you know who of the entire process that I'm most angry with? It's the congressmen. They literally are doing nothing for people. They see it's a violation of the law, so they all get together and write one letter that's 2 pages long, which takes all of 20 minutes, and they all sign it, and then they go on vacation for 4 months. Well, follow up, people. What is wrong with you? It's like Javita's just doing a little hat trick behind them, and they're just laughing them to the curb. Sean, I guess the Caribbean vacation is okay for those who go down there with the EIDL loan. Leanne, hey, LA, it's LA. You're not thirsty. Yeah, someone said I was thirsty yesterday. Shame on you. You're like extended family to me. I'm an OG, Vortex, Texas. Your delivery is always about integrity, and as the entrepreneur who went from number one globally in my niche and was honest in my application, still silence, wrong application ID, but correct in the portal. If Senator Ted Cruz's constituents, Governor Abbott, Jovita Carranza, Marco Rubio, Senator John Corkin, and all the local SBA contacts haven't seen my name almost 3 months of not giving up, and every single day, it's only because of you, LA, that I can breathe through all this. COVID spikes in Houston, shutdowns every day. Austin is already shut down. So is Austin shut? I did not know that. Is Austin shut down again? And you think that Houston is very close to being shut down again. Ultimately, keeping my sanity and my life. This channel is an emotional support for a lot of viewers. It's an emotional support for everyone. If you watched my second stimulus check video earlier today, I said, hey, I know everyone is sort of different in this ball, so please be respectful of the host. I know some of you own businesses, some of you don't own a business. Some of you are W-2s, some of you are 1099s. And so if you hear something and say, that doesn't apply to me, don't toss me to the curb, because I have to deliver news for everyone, and so some things work for some people and some things don't work for other people because of what you're doing. But yes, no one give up hope. I have viewers of this channel who are 330 Vortex, a 329 Vortex, and have literally got $150,000 and $6,000 grants in the last 24 hours. So boy, patience works. Corn fed. Stop crying because you haven't got your funds in 3 days. My OGs and the DCs are ready to, like a vulture, eat you up alive if you're complaining you haven't got your grant and loan money because you applied 24 hours ago. It's like, really? Go take a, no, I'm just not going to say it. Monique, it's been discouraging. I applied 330, so here we go. 330, got $1,000 advance, nothing, yes. I called Pelosi, called the other senators, nothing. You got to follow through with it. Call the senators back. Get them on the phone. Call the D.C. office. Don't call the local branch. If the D.C. office doesn't respond, call the local branch of the senator. Get someone on the phone that helps you and keep on going, because these offices sometimes are just a hot mess. These Senate offices are just a hot mess. Their purpose is to answer your questions. Now, House representatives have a smaller constituency, so they may answer your phone calls quicker. Ultimately, they all can help you. Lee Brown, I have a trucking business. I gross over $1 million a year. I've yet to see a grant or loan since April 3rd. So, Lee, tell me your situation. You applied on April 3rd, haven't seen a grant or loan. Have you called SBA? Have you contacted your senators? If you're new to this channel, let me recap. Not this last Friday, but the Thursday before, so over a week ago, this channel told you that the following process is working for people to get their loans approved. 1, contacting both of their senators by telephone, not just email, by telephone. 2, contacting their local House representative. 3, email people at SBA, and you can choose which person you want to email at SBA. The representatives and the House and the senators generally are doing wonders and getting viewers approved for their loans within 24 hours. They're also getting people out of reconsideration denial and approved as well. The certain senators that are really a hot mess are Marco Rubio, both senators in California are of no good, and New York and New Jersey, absolutely a hot mess. So, but certain states have been absolutely wonderful. The North Pacific, the Southwest, and parts of the Midwest have been really quite exceptional. If your senator has been very helpful, drop in the comments below. And if they've been a hot mess, tell me, because I'm going to call them out. Servant of the Most High, no salt, no shade. Love your voice, and thank you for all the info you do. I send my donation after my loan funding for 44 Vortex. Don't worry, my grant will donate after that too. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the viewers who have supported this channel the last 24 hours. If you're new to this channel has gotten viewers somewhere between $5 to $20 million in EIDL grant and loan money that they were entitled to, but were not getting until this channel came into existence and got them through a lot of problems. A lot of problems that we solved for them, that SBA created incredible impediments, and a lot of viewers have just really won big time. So thank you for supporting the channel. So let's get to that bombshell, because I know you're just sitting back and thinking, damn him, he dropped this spoiler, and it's really nasty. And it is. There's rumors out there. There's gossip. There's even, it's even the subject of some channels, that SBA is running out of money, that everything is draining up, that everything is going away. Here's what we know and what we don't know. First of all, we don't know if that's true or false. We don't know if it's true or false. Second, we know that SBA has a history of miscalculating everything. So if someone in the earlier comments said, hey, I know that SBA has a lot of money sitting around, in the same breath, I would say I wouldn't trust any numbers from SBA. I'll tell you why. Jovita Carranza appeared at the Senate, the House subcommittee 2 weeks ago. You all know it. You all watched it with the scars, which spawned Jovita Light. She appeared there and said the average EIDL loan is $88,000. It's not. It's $220,000. She said that no EIDL loan is ever given over $150,000. She's giving an average of $220 in every single state of the entire union. So that her lack of financial understanding of her entire program is very disconcerting. There's very little data that's released by SBA. There's been subpoenas upon SBA from everything from House to Senate members to release financial data about EIDL spending. There's been very little data released. So for the SBA to sit back and say, yeah, we have a lot of money, we're great, yeah. Oh, we don't. I would absolutely not believe a single word that they say. What we do know, on the other hand, is the following. The PPP program is about to close. It's just closing because it's supposed to close. There's an administrative deadline on when it closes for new applications. But the way PPP works, contrasting to EIDL, listen carefully because this is very important. When you initially apply for a PPP application with whoever it is, Chase or Bank America, and you say you fill out an application that asks for $100,000 for PPP, that money is reserved at SBA for you. So immediately $100,000 at SBA in the PPP fund is blocked off for you by that application, irrespective of whether you're getting that $100,000. They may only approve you for $10,000, but they're reserving $100,000 in their pool for you. That is not the case in the case of EIDL. So if you are sitting back and you're waiting for, $100,000 loan for EIDL, if it closes, there's nothing reserved for you. It's as simple as that. So if you're sitting and wondering, hey, I've not got my loan, I've not got my grant, if SBA closes tomorrow, EIDL, under the CARES Act, there's nothing reserved for you. It's that scary. In the same regards, I don't want to cause heightened alarm. There's no indication that SBA is running out of EIDL money. There's no indication of how much money there is for EIDL as well. But on the same regard, there's nothing reserved for you for EIDL. So that is quite troubling. And as you know, it's supposed to be first come, first serve, but it's clearly not. So you're like, geez, he's just giving all this bad news. I don't mince my words. So if you were a March applicant and you're entitled to a $100,000 loan, and then little Miss Muffet who sat on a tuffet walks in June, and she's an Uber and Lyft driver who claims she has $400,000 of income and she's ready to drive herself to jail and gets a $150,000 loan. Bang! She's already taken $150,000 from the SBA pool, whether illegally or properly, that is draining the pool, and there's now less $150,000 available for you. That's the situation, and it's very unfortunate, but I need to advise you about how it is. Sadly, as I say, I would not be surprised if we wake up some morning and we suddenly see this news report that says, hey, we're running out of funds and blah, 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 blah. We really don't know why they, and when she opened up EIDL and said, I have a lot of more money sitting around. Who wants some free money? $1,000 per employee. It just sort of came out of nowhere. It really sort of came out of nowhere. And this sort of siphoning of money is very, very scary. Because if you really need the money, we don't know where they are in the spending of that illustrious office. And there we go. Timothy A. got a $1,000 grant a week ago, applied in early April. They offered me a loan. Finally, I got it. So do I get the rest of the $10,000 grant money? Do any reapply? Please help. No and no. If you're just new to this channel and you were sent from somewhere else and you're wondering you're going to get the remainder of your $10,000 grant, no, you're not going to get it. No, you cannot reapply and get more grant money. The only thing you can do is if you have a separate business with a separate EIN that is separate and different from the business that applied before, and it was impacted by COVID-19, it can apply. Or if your business applied the EIN and you did not personally apply before, but you have a personal business that appears on your Schedule C, you can apply under your Social Security number. I know that's very fast, but we've done that in a whole other video before. Kevin Carter. Hey, LALATE. OG March 20th. Wow, that is OG. Received my advance on May 5th. Finally got an invite to the loan portal. Only realized it's zero offer computer glitch. Was told my credit report had been frozen. It did not. Sent a reconsideration. Told them my credit was open, was never locked. Sent an email last night to Richard Blumenthal. Not sure what he's doing. Connecticut. Any insight? Yes. If you're new to this channel, Kevin, that did not really need a reconsideration. It's a computer glitch. You should have called SBA and say, hey, computer glitch. I've watched that guy with the Miami Vice outfits, and it's a computer glitch. If you have a loan offer of zero, it's always confusing to me if someone's a new viewer or someone's an old viewer and just missed the video. But I assume you're a new viewer. If you receive an EIDL loan offer of zero, $1, $1,000, or $1,500, anything under $2,000, it's a computer glitch. They don't intend to loan you $0. It's a computer glitch. There's no need to do a reconsideration. You just call up SBA and say, hey, you have a damn computer glitch. And trust me, there's 1 in 5 Tier 2 representatives says, no, we really intend to loan you $1 over 30 years. You just hang up the phone and call right back. Nick Stansberry, keep denying for credit. Marud Rose, hey, I had received a phone call for loan offers to helping web application. Everything you mentioned in your videos, he said the exact same thing. Well, of course, thank you for your help. Well, thank you, that's very kind. Your dog's groomer, I emailed Javita on the 20th, received my advanced portal on the 12th. Wow. I've waited, decided to write my Texas representative. I know some small business. Also let me know if I was interested in a loan. I could have a co-applicant, which I'm not interested in doing. Thank you, Ella. You're the bomb. Thank you, Your Dog Groomer. As I've said to viewers of this channel, including Your Dog Groomer, don't just write your representative or write your senator. I know you all love emails. Just please pick up the phone. Get a staff member, a senior staff member of their office on the phone and talk to them and talk their ear off to get your grant and loan. Don't write a 2-paragraph email and says, I got this and I got that, I got this. They just go, sometimes those emails go nowhere. Please call. I know a lot of you are afraid to call. Call them. You have to hustle. King Cap, question, if I got my portal invite and a link to verify my account information at 3 a.m., wasn't even thinking until Sunday after I submitted it, I put the same account, which I need to correct. Is there any way to change it and get my advance? Yeah, you got to call SBA and fix it over the phone. One other viewer had the same problem. That's a real bad problem. Please, people, please, when you're filling out things for SBA, make sure every single thing is exactly correct from the punctuation to the number. One thing off will literally deny you a lot of money. Robin W, love your videos and the personality. Keep the videos coming. Did I mention I love you? Well, thank you. 3 hearts and a star. Well, thank you. Very nice emojis there. Zach Sola, I love your voice, honestly. Well, thank you, Zach. Mark Walliver, LA, good doing here in Arizona. 0 collateral required at 68,000. Said our friends SBA EIDL loan funded next day. No, Mark. Unless SBA is using a different loan document, it actually says it's going to collateralize you. So a lot of viewers are saying, some viewers are saying that, hey, I wasn't collateralized. It's not like they, I think some viewers think that when you sign a loan document, you have to like deliver your chest of drawers to SBA, and that's collateralized. Hey, I wasn't collateralized. They didn't take my keys to my car yesterday. No, they actually have it in the contract that you are collateralized. So it's not like, it's a Star Trek version of collateralization. We will just beam up your inventory if we need to beam it up. So don't think that when you sign the loan document, they're pulling up the U-Haul truck to your loading dock and putting your Parcheesi table in the back seat. It's not like that. I'm just a hot mess today, boy. It's just not like that. Rather, they have a contractual agreement with you that they can come with Bubba and his sister and his big cousins with the rolled up t-shirts and just take whatever they want to take. So beware, because Bubba will take what he needs to take if you default. That's a hypothetical name. I don't know that there's a Bubba at SBA. There might be, but I don't know. P, I was told I was approved for a grant and loan today and my bank info was off, so hopefully I can hear for them tomorrow. You need to call SBA. Ken C, I resubmitted my update info for the grant last Saturday. Still no deposit. Boy, that's another resubmission. Are you doing these things wrong? People, get the numbers right. I'm very worried for you. James, thank you for the early videos. I was able to correct our calculations due to gross and costs. Cannot thank you enough. Well, thank you. Leanne, LA, I'm still with you. Speechless, drained. I have DM'd you. Unbelievable, and not in a positive way. I know, I have to read that. Sorry, Leanne. Angel Noah, no standard process, no end of line person to talk to. Shar's Health, your voice helps cheer up people. It's absolutely wonderful. Well, thank you. I hope I'm not breaking some glass in the China department at Macy's, which does not support this channel. Some people keep on asking me. Martha Masden, I'm a Grubhub driver. I put in my 1099, gross earnings of $13,000 a chain. Then I put my same deductions, drove with $40,000. What do we put for cost of goods sold? Am I correct that SBA wants to change it to 0? We did a video yesterday and it became a hot topic of debate. I really don't want to go down that path again. What I'm going to say is the following. Cost of goods sold is a number, and cost of services is required to be listed if you are a service business under the cost of goods number. That's SBA policy. It's written. Now, some of you have said the loan officers you got on the phone said no if you're a service business, put 0. That's great. So ultimately, if you are a service business and you put 0, it's not like you're going to go to jail for that. Although I did say go to drive yourself to jail. I don't know. It's up to you and your level of comfort. There's some loan officers who are saying if your service business, put 0. The SBA guidelines say if your service business, you put the cost of the service. What it is, it's called Javita's Mess. That's what it's called. Lori Patton, I'm new to this business stuff. I did not do accounting of expenses of services offered. Oh, boy. Sean, I notice you wear earbuds. Is that so you don't hear the voice echo? No, the earbuds are actually the microphone. So that's why the audio is so good. The earbuds are actually the microphone for the recording. Brad Linney, okay, I like your channel and you can be helpful, but talking about something without knowing the facts is where you claim others do. There's no different. I and many other rideshare drivers are fleet operators, and otherwise I get paid for my use of my vehicles by other drivers who need a vehicle to earn. That was not the top. Well, thank you for your nice dings, but that was not what the viewer said he was. He said he was a solo who personally made $400,000 in Uber and Lyft driving last year. He did not say he was a fleet owner with which obviously makes sense. I mean, that's we all know our math. This was an individual driver who came into this channel and said he got a $200,000 loan as a single driver for Uber or Lyft. That's a lot of bollocks, and it is not the same situation as you're describing, which was not his. So, but thank you for joining the channel. Angelo, I do Uber and Lyft. I normally make $5,000 a month, cost me $1,400 for gas and tolls. Where would I put the cost of goods sold? You would put it on the cost of goods number, unless you get the loan officer who says you put zero. It's SBA. They're just a hot mess. They say one thing, and yet and the loan officer says do something else. Paul Ryan, you mentioned the bell for EIDL. I think you're not being idle with the idol. For the viewer who says you're thirsty, pass them a drink. I love that. Cynthia Thomas, not an escort is an illegal driver for driving in the front of wide load vehicles. We know where your mind is. I know, it's just... I'm so sorry. Another one, Miguel the Bronx. An escort driver means you escort oversized vehicles, not the adult industry. This is not a rideshare channel. It's just, what are you sharing? I'm an I'm not going to go there. If you have questions or comments, I know you have comments. And if you're an escort, thank you for joining this channel as well. Please drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. Whether you're escorting a wide load or an 18-wheeler. As always, stay with LA for more.